On your journey to building an impressive physique, there is one thing that you absolutely need to have in order to get there, and that is going to be patience. Because honestly, it does take a bit of time, and without patience, you're just not going to get there. However, there are some things that you can do in order to speed up the process so you can get there a little bit quicker. And so today's video is going to do just that. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to get more out of your workouts and ultimately just get a better workout, because we all know that going into the gym is one thing, but maximizing the return from the time spent within the gym is a whole different beast. And I'm sure you've gone to the gym one time and just had a bad workout for whatever reason. And in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can go about making sure you get in a better workout each and every time. So there's one aspect that so many people turn a blind eye to. Going to the gym and working out is just one thing, but there's a whole nother side to the story that is going to enhance your workouts altogether. And I, once upon a time, was like this. I turned a blind eye to this. I decided that it just took too much effort. But honestly, with a little bit of forethought, the process of this becomes way, way easier. And the component that I'm talking about is going to be your nutrition. So without this taken care of, your workouts are just going to be lackluster at best. You need to understand that you, just like a car, require fuel to work out and to perform as best as you can. If you put in the improper fuel into a car, then you're just not going to run as efficiently as you possibly could. Similar standpoint, if you're not inputting the right things or the right amounts or this and that, then you're just not going to maximize the output. And one of the best ways to making sure you're getting in a better workout is to have a pre-workout meal. So whether or not you've had enough food over the past couple of days, the pre-workout meal is just going to ensure that you're getting in the right nutrients, the right calories, and the right amount of proteins to utilize for your workout, and making sure that you can build muscle after that process. So whilst you can get in a good workout on a fasted stomach, I find that the high majority of people just tend to train better in a feasted state, myself included. So I will have a pre-workout meal about 1 hour before my workout. And this is going to consist of carbohydrates, proteins, and a little bit of fats. But the carbohydrates and the proteins are the 2 main components that you want to be ticking off. Carbohydrates are going to be our body's primary fuel source. So in order to get the most out of your workouts, it's very important to have those accessible. Now, this can tie very nicely into a routine that you will want to do before your workouts, which could be coined as a pre-workout routine. So this is the second tip I have for you, is to develop a pre-workout ritual that you can implement each and every time that you go to a workout. This is not only going to set yourself up physically, but it's also going to set yourself up mentally. It's going to get you in the right state of mind in order to kill the workout that you're about to get into. So it's kind of like a conditioning approach. You have a certain little step-by-step process that you do, and that gets your body and your mind prepared and ready, and it goes, all right, well, now it's workout time. So my pre-workout ritual goes as follows. I will have about 1 liter of water with a little bit of salt. So the salt is going to help with the pumps within the gym, and the water is absolutely critical because, as I mentioned before, you can get in a good workout in a fasted state, but there's one state that you just simply cannot get a good workout in, and that is in a dehydrated state. So if you're someone who tends to not drink enough water throughout the day, just having a good old liter of water just before your workout to make sure that you're never ever entering any kind of stage of dehydration is going to be absolutely critical. Now, alongside that, I will actually have a pre-workout. So beforehand, I was utilizing OxyShred, which is really, really good, but it lacks in a little bit. And this is where Pride comes in. So this is EHP's new pre-workout, which is absolutely phenomenal. So what this lacks is a pump complex, and this ticks that box to infinity and beyond. Honestly, it is really, really good. So they came out with this a little bit. I've been trying it out for the past month, and honestly, I love it. I won't go back to OxyShred pre-workout, because what I found with most pre-workouts is when I take them, I usually get a bit jittery, I get the tingles, I get a bit heady, my head gets hot. And a lot of the time they just do not work well for me. So I usually put them to the side. But this one, I've had no issues with whatsoever. I get a clean energy throughout the workout. The pumps are amazing, absolutely immaculate. So this is going to be a big part of my pre-workout ritual. And if you are looking to pick this up, you can just head over to ehplabs.com. It is now on the website. You can use Fraser10, save yourself 10% off, and that would be absolutely sick. So similar, I will have this on the way to the gym. So about, 30 minutes before actually starting to train. All right, so people come into the gym, they walk in, they scan the tag, they walk, they might do, maybe 2 minutes on the treadmill just to get a bit of blood flowing, and then they'll go in and then they'll just jump on the heavy weights. They'll get onto the bench, they'll get under the squat rack, they'll go do deadlifts, and they'll just hit their max right off the bat. And I see it and I go, Jesus, holy guacamole, that is an injury just waiting to happen. And this is actually what I would do when I first started out, but I'm very, very glad that I came to the realization of how important warming up beforehand is. And I'm not just talking about, a 5-minute walk on the treadmill, or just, messing around doing a bit of jogging or this or that, or maybe just flailing your hands around a little bit. It's very important. Warm up routine. routine. This is about increasing the blood flow, it's about warming up the muscles, and it's also about getting your joints primed for the movements that you're about to get into. So how long you should warm up for is all gonna depend on you, what exercises you're gonna be doing for the workout, how intensive your workout is going to be, and the length you'll need to go for will depend somewhat on the climate. But if you are looking for a very simple and straightforward mobility routine, which is just gonna warm up your whole entire body, especially the critical areas like your shoulders, your lower back, and your hips, then I would strongly recommend you check out my mobility routine, which I'll link down in the description. You can check that out. Go over there, head over. I guarantee you, you'll love it. It will only take you 5 to 10 minutes before a workout. Not only does this get your body primed for it, but it also lets you think about it mentally. So what I will do is while I'm doing this, I will consider not only what movements I'm gonna be doing, but what kind of weights. I'll get myself amped up as well. I'll be thinking about little motivational things that I could be utilizing while I'm doing the set, so I can actually give my absolute all and get the most out of the time I'm gonna be spending in the gym. And on that note of being mentally primed and ready to absolutely crush the sets you're gonna do, one aspect that can play into that is music. So I will almost always be listening to music. I don't know if you've had this experience. You get to the gym, you start walking around, you get ready, you reach in your gym bag, you pull out nothing because you forgot your headphones at home and you're going, oh my God, they're playing ABBA on the speakers. This is not gonna do. I know this tip may sound simple, but it is important for us to control as many variables as we can in order to maximize the return from the work that we're actually gonna be putting in. And how you feel while you are working out is one variable that you wanna control. And music can play a very, very large role in that. So obviously it changes with the times, but I will usually have some pump up songs that I'll do when I'm doing some heavy sets, or if I'm doing an arduous workout that I know I'm going to need to be mentally ready for, then I will definitely have some songs ready for that. I'll cue them up and I'll make sure that I will never ever hear one bit of music that will just throw me off my groove. So what you could do is take a step back and analyze what you are listening to while you're working out, or maybe nothing at all. And if that is the case, then maybe you might want to consider bringing some headphones along, just trying it out, putting on some good pump up songs. I guarantee you, if you find some good songs that get your blood pumping, it gets your mental state into the right state of mind, you'll just find that the weights are just not as heavy as they were before. So maybe you're in the gym jamming to some classical music, and if that gets you pumped up, then so be it. But if it doesn't, maybe decide to switch it up and utilize some songs for those heavy sets or those arduous workouts that you're gonna get into. Now, the fifth thing I have for you is a fun pack of tips, all right? These are all to do with variables that you can control, and it is all gonna depend on your own personality taste. So in terms of variables that you can control, what you wanna do is make it as enjoyable as humanly possible. What you are doing within the gym, you have to be enjoying to a certain degree. So whether that means adding in a training partner that you're just getting along with and you can help push each other, bounce each other off ideas, maybe you get along very well, maybe you want to control the time of day that you actually work out, maybe you have more energy first thing in the morning, and as such you want to put it right there as opposed to late at night where maybe you're half-assing it. Maybe the training program you're following is just not suited for yourself. Maybe you just don't like the way it's set up, maybe you don't prefer to do the certain workouts that are within that, maybe it's breaking up the muscle groups in a weird way that you just do not enjoy. But I guarantee you there is probably a program out there that will work, it will give you some really, really good results and that you will enjoy. And that is one of the most important parts, because if you enjoy it, you're more likely to do it first and foremost, but when you do it, you're more likely to do it well. So if you can go about focusing on the variables that are under your control in order to make the workouts more enjoyable for yourself, then I guarantee you will just get more out of it. On top of that, implement the first 4 tips and I guarantee you, you will get better workouts going forward. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on this one and commenting down below absolutely anything. I'll get back to as many comments as I possibly can. I appreciate you guys watching this one. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll catch you in the next one. Arigato, Mr. Roboto.